is a poem I wrote this past spring called My Poems. I'm not one of those straight verse, perfect grammar, capitalized I poets. I don't write my poems in fancy leather-bound journals with pretentiously intimidating blank pages. I don't have a weighty fountain pen that I test on a scratch sheet before writing my poems, so I don't leave any sloppy smudges of ink, because that would look a little too much like my tears. I got poems in beat-up loose-leaf notebooks. Veterans from past classes that didn't teach me enough, still left me empty, hungry, begging for more. So I started writing notes on life instead. I write my poems on torn, otherwise useless sheets of paper because I don't want to forget who I'm writing for. My poems are for the teenagers, the ones making that cliche just barely minimum wage that doesn't feel so cliche on payday. My poems are for all the people who take every free sample of anything handed to them, and for the people who learned early on not to take candy from strangers. My poems are for the girl waiting to be swept off her feet and for the boy waiting to do it, because they can't help being hopeful romantics. My poems are for the dreamer, the one who stares up at the Klingon stars on her ceiling, with her tiny fingertips, hoping to bring to life the castles stuck behind her bright eyes. And my poems are for the kid who can't see past the Welcome to Christianville, USA sign posted right smack dab in the middle of his lane on the only thoroughfare out of this town. My poems are for the apple that doesn't fall far from the tree, but still thinks it can be its own fruit. My poems are for the wings that were clipped before they could spread out, hoping the breath of these words can make them soar again. My poems are for the cause without a rebel, waiting quietly as we all argue about things, who's going to pay for things we can't even hold in our hands. My poems are for the woman with the cracks in her hands, from the hours she spent shoveling out all that her deadbeat husband left her with, and now she has to find a new man with those same cracked hands because all the friends she lost years ago are still happily wed. My poems are for all those who need an interpreter because the language of life got lost in translation when we all went wireless. My poems are for the man who keeps telling me he loves me but can't seem to figure out how to show it. My poems are for those who never got a chance and for those who got too many. My poems are for this girl, sitting in a desk writing notes on life instead of high school class, wondering why she wastes so much time writing poems when her words can't accept the rejected, heal the infected, or stop the unexpected, but still hoping she can remind the world what it means to be human. Thank you.